Cool, guys. So today we will finish off this practice paper that we started yesterday. And then if we have time after, you guys can ask me any questions, or if you have anything specific, any topics you want to go through, let me know. Otherwise we can just finish it off. So yeah. So the first question today is about angles. So Luigi manages an ice cream shop. He buys wafers for ice cream. Eight of the wafers fit together to form a circle. Work out the size of angle A. Now, this is 1/8. This equals 1/8 of the circle. Now, we know that 300 uh, 1/8 of 360 is 360 divided by 8, which equals to, on our calculator, because this is a calculator section of the paper, 360 divided by 8 equals 45 degrees. So the answer for this would be 45 degrees, guys. Um, um, 45 degrees. So angle A. Well, Luigi, sorry, let's go back. Luigi put some tubs of ice cream in the freezer. The freezer in his shop has internal dimensions of 70 length, 40 width, and 137 height. The diagram shows the dimensions of of the tubs of the ice cream. Click on the icon below to view the ice cream tub image. So that's how it looks. So, what is the maximum number of tubs that will fit in the freezer? So we know that the freezer length is 70 by 48 by 137. That's the freezer length. And the tub length for each tub, the length is 34. I'm gonna write this up. 34 by 50. So, right, let's see, what was it? 1 second, sorry. It was length times width times height, so it was length was 15. So actually, so it'd be um, 15 length times width times height. How many will fit in? Let's find the figure. What is the maximum tubs that will fit in the freezer? So it will be is it 15 by, yeah, so if the length is, let me open the image, sorry. Yeah, so this way up here. So that's the height, that's the length, and that's the width. So 15 by 34 by 15 by 30. So in terms of height, quite a few can fit, but in terms of length, only one can fit. And in terms of it's stored upright and can be stacked. Okay, so upright means that it can be stored in terms of its height because one can fit in, yep. So it's only going to be one row, and then because it's only going to be one row, the width is 34, and 2 times 34, which is 68, is bigger than 48, therefore there's only going to be one row. In terms of length, 15 is fine because it's deep enough. And in terms of the height, there can be 10 that fit in because 140 can, I think, 140. So there can be 9, sorry. So 9 fit in, in terms of that. Um, and in terms of length, the length of it is actually quite big. So length means 9 can fit in on top of each other. And then the length means that there can be how many rows going this way? How many rows can there be? So 48 divided by, sorry, yeah, 70 divided by 58. Um, so that's 4 holes of like 4 rows. It can be 9 times 4, 64. 36. So, in my opinion, there will be 36 bulbs. That's the maximum of bulbs that can fit in. Um, 36 tubs. So basically, how I work this out is now I will tell you. So, because I know that 68, which is the width of two of these ice cream tubs, is greater than 48. That means there can only be one row going this way. Let me show you, sorry, this way. So one row can only be that way. One row. Now, in terms of the height, it says it can be stacked. So we know that this is probably the wrong way I've done it. So then we know that, is it 137, which is the height here, divided by 14, equals 9 point something. 9 point, what is it? 137 divided by 14 equals 9.7, 9.8, sorry, which is means that there can be nine whole ones that fit in stacked on top of each other. Now, we know that the length is 70, so we do 70 divided by 15 like I've done here to see how many rows there can be going this way, going that way, 'cause that's a length. So there can be four rows, do 70 divided by 15 because there's four, it's 4.7, which means that there can be four whole ones. Then we multiply the stack number, which is nine, times by the number of um, columns or rows there can be, which equals 36. So there can be 36 tubs in total. So the next question is Luigi sets the sale price for his ice cream. He finds these prices for a cone with one scoop of ice cream. He decides to sell the cone with one scoop of ice cream for the modal price. So the modal price is the most common one. As, as far as I'm aware, the modal price is the one that appears the most. So in this case is £3.50 because it appears three times and there's no others that appear three times. So £3 he sells it for one scoop for £3.50. He knows that there are 40 scoops of ice cream in one tub of ice cream. Luigi works out the sale price of an ice cream cone with one scoop is 534 more percent more than the cost price. So he works out that the sale price of an ice cream cone with one scoop is 537% more than the sale price of an ice cream cone. No, than the cost price. So let me read this again. So Luigi sets the sale price up for his ice creams. He finds he finds these prices for a cone, the one scoop of ice cream. He decides to sell the cone with one scoop of ice cream for the model price, which is £3.50. £3.50. So then Oh, okay, so it cost Luigi £20 40 pence for one tub of ice cream and 6p for one cone of ice cream. So for one tub it cost him 20. He said there was 40 scoops within one tub, so there are 40 scoops within one tub. That means each scoop will be 20 and 40 divided by 40 equals 20 and 40 divided by 40 equals 51 pence. 51 pence for a scoop, 6p for one cone, so 51 0.1 at 0.06, mean that one scoop of ice cream with one cone is 57 pence, right? Because it's 6 pence for the cone and it is 51 pence for each scoop in the tub. As we know, there's 40 scoops. Now he sells it for £3.50. So he sells for £3.50, as we've said here. Now we need to work out the percentage difference between 57 pence and £3.50. So to do that, if we do that, 100% is, let's say that 100% of his price equals 50, 70, right? So it equals 57p, 100%. So we know that 500% will equal to 5 times that. So all we need to do is work out what 534% is. 534%. So to get that, we just do it times by 5.34. So we multiply 100 by 5.34. So all we need to do is 0.57 multiplied by 5.34, which equals in our calculator plus multiplied by 5.34, which equals £3 and 4 pence, which is less than £3.50. So that means Luigi is wrong. So we can come out with the answer that Luigi 4%. Yeah, it- oh, uh, so that's the answer I get. Let me just rub out the working. And then if there's any question, then I just don't feel free to hesitate. Feel free to ask me, sorry. Feel free to ask me. Um, so, whatever. 57 pence. 57 pence. So I'll write the screen with one scoop. So 57 pence. 534% of that is £3 and 4 pence, which is less than £3 50 pence, which is the modal price of one scoop, which he sells it for. Therefore, he's incorrect, as it's more than that. Now, Luigi records Luigi records the number of sales each day for the last 15 days. Scatter diagram shows the number of sales and the temperature on each day. So describe the relationship between the number of sales um, and the temperature. So the relationship here is a positive, strong positive correlation. We know that because of correlation. We know that because when the graph tends to go like this, and we can see that all the points are quite close to each other to this line, and it's going from left left to right upwards diagonally, and this shows a strong positive correlation between the the number of sales and the temperature. Uh, The next question is Luigi records the number of sales each day for the last 15 days. The scatter diagram shows the number of sales and the temperature on each day. A temperature of 23 degrees Celsius is forecast for tomorrow. Luigi wants to predict the number of sales for tomorrow. Show on the scatter graph how to predict the number of sales for tomorrow. So, the temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. So he wants to predict the number of sales for tomorrow. So if we all we do is look at between 20. So each square, let me figure out that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares. So each square represents 0.5. So it's 20.5, 21, 21.5, 22, 22.5. There, 23. So we go up this line, go up here, and we can see that the is between the two 80s. So we will guess and make a prediction. We will predict that the number of sales will be around here as we've gone up this line. It'll be around here. So the number of sales will be 80 degrees Celsius. 80. I mean 80 sales, sorry, not degrees. So yeah, the number of sales that all we've done is look down the temperature and went up 80 sales. Luigi records the amount of money from the sales of ice creams in the for the last 20 days. Now, it shows Luigi thinks that the estimated mean amount of money per day from the sales is over £250. Now, the estimated sales, what we do is we get the midpoint of each of these and then we add them all together and divide it by the number that they are, which is 20. So the midpoint of 140 to 180 is 160. Midpoint of 180 to 220 is 200. 200. midpoint of 220 to 260 is 240 and the midpoint of 260 to 300 is 280. Now, 160 multiplied by 1, which is the number of days, 160. 200 multiplied by 5 equals 1,000. 240 multiplied by 7 mm, equals 240 multiplied by 7 equals 1,680. And then 280 multiplied by 7 equals 280 multiplied by 7 equals 1,960. Now we add all of these together. So 160 plus 1,000 plus 1,600 equals 2. Divided by the number, which is 20 equals 20 plus 240 pounds is the mean. 240 is less than 250. Therefore, we know that Luigi's estimate is wrong. Okay. Ah, yeah, that's the working out. We usually sells milkshakes in different flavors. Customers can order a combination of chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla. The Venn diagram shows the number of milkshakes and their flavors that were sold on the day. What is the probability that a customer chosen at random ordered a milkshake that contained strawberry and vanilla? So strawberry and vanilla is this one is 5. This one, so 5 out of how many milkshakes were there? 5 out of 7, add 5, add 4. So let me do the 7, add 5, 4, 3, 10 equals 7. 5 out of 32 were strawberry and vanilla. Oh, wait, yeah, strawberry and vanilla. That contains strawberry and vanilla. So 5 out of 32. Um, so the probability will be 5 over 32, which can't be simplified anymore. Um, Therefore, which equals as a 5 over 32 as a decimal equals 0.156. That's the answer that I get. Mm, Be also written as uh, what's the cycle to his friend's house tomorrow. There's a chance, 0.34 chance of rain forecast for tomorrow. What is the probability that it does not rain? So one is the highest probability. So one is not big, not big. Four, six is the chance. It's also equals 66 over 100. Can this be simplified anymore? Yes, it can. 33 over 50. If you divide both by 2, 33 over 50. Can that be simplified anymore? Just trying to think. Can it be simplified anymore? 3 divided by 2, no. So, yep, the answer will be, I'm pretty sure, 6, no, 7, no, 8, no, 9, no, 10, no, yeah, 12, no, 10, no. Yeah, so the answer will be 33 over 50 as a fraction. Well, the journey takes Matt 18 minutes. He cycles at an average speed of 20 kilometers per hour. Matt wants to show how long he can expect the same journey to take if he cycles at an average speed. So so how long it takes. So time equals speed is distance over time. So time equals distance over speed, I'm pretty sure, isn't it? So speed is this, yeah, time equals, I'm just trying to think, is that the case? Yeah, time is distance over speed, so how long does it take him if he travels at 24? Actually, we can work out the distance first. So what we need to do is work out the distance, which is distance equals speed. So 18 minutes multiplied. 18 minutes in hours actually we need to do so. 18 minutes is 3/10 of an hour. Yep. Okay. 3/10. That's 1/10 of an hour, 1 second. So 1/10 equals 6 minutes. So 3/10 equals 18 minutes. So 3/10 of an hour is 20. Multiplied by 20. So it equals to 6 kilometers is traveled. 6 kilometers. So now we need to work out the time it takes to travel 6 kilometers at the speed. So yeah, it equals like the distance over speed. So 6 over the speed, which is 24 kilometers per hour. And this is in hours, obviously. 6 divided by 20 is 0.25 hours. It equals a quarter of an hour. This is also equal to 6, which is 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So all I've done here is work out what 18 minutes is in terms of hours because this is 20 kilometers per hour. So 3/10 of an hour is 18 minutes. Then I multiplied 3/10, which is the hours that is, or zero point 0.3 multiplied by 20, which is speed times time. Speed is 20, the time is 3/10. So 20 times 3/10, which equals to 6 kilometers. Now, 6 kilometers is the distance he is going. So working out with the new speed, distance over speed, which is 6 kilometers the distance. The speed is 24 kilometers per hour. So the time is 0.25 or a quarter of an hour. In minutes, that is 15 minutes because 60 is the minutes in an hour divided by 4, which is 15 minutes. Or 60 times a quarter you can do also, which is 15 minutes. Mm. So for this one, let's read it. Matt decides to buy a new bike. He pays £441.60 for his bike. In a year, his bike loses 5/12 of their value. Bikes lose 5/12 of their value. In year two, they lose 8% of the value they had at the end of year one. He thinks that at the end of year two, his bike will be less than 53% of its original value. So, firstly, we work out what end of year one. So, year one, his bike equals 441.60 multiplied by 512. So, it decreases by 512 actually. So, what we do is we work out what that is. 5, is 184. So then we do 441. Let's six take away 184. The price at the end of year one is 260. At the end of year through two, it loses 8 more percent. So to do that, all we can do is we can note that 100%. This for now, this is 100%. Let's just say so. 100 take away 8.82%. So all we need to do in our calculator is 257 multiplied. I mean 2.557. Sorry, because we know that 92% also equals 0.92 as a decimal. So 257.60 divided by 0.92 equals yeah, 36 pounds and 19. That is that is its price. Now we want to work out if we want to work out if 441 £60 to 236 and what is the percentage decrease there? So all we can do is do 236.99 over, so divided by 441.6, all multiplied by 100 to work out the percentage. So divided by 441 plus multiplied by 100, which equals 53.7%, which means that he is right. So that's to work out the percentage, 53.7%. 7% is great. 53%. Yeah, and it, so basically what I did was find out what the percentage, what the decrease was in year one, which was a £184 decrease. So the new price was £257.60. The end of year two, it just decreased another 8%. So we needed to find out what 92% of the new value is, which is £236.99 pence. Now we wanted to know the difference from new to year two. So a percentage decrease where it was from here to here, from there to there, and that is dividing the new number, £236.99 pence, by the original price, £441.60 pence, and multiplying it all by 100. And doing that in our calculator, we get 53.7%, which is greater than, will be worth less than, yep, will be worth less than, so that is worth less than its original value, worth less than 53% of its original value, as it's worth only 53.7. Wait, so he thinks that at the end of year two, his bike will be worth less than 53%. Yep, so 53.7% is worth, the bike is worth, oh no, it's worth more than, so he's wrong actually. So the math is incorrect, sorry. As it was worth more than 50, his bike is worth incorrect, sorry guys, that was bad. From It's always good to read your answer like I did because you can always make mistakes. And so, Not just a cycling club. The 1 centimeter coordinate grid shows the position of Matt's house. Scale is 1 to 50,000. The cycling club is about 2.5 kilometers south on Matt's house. Plot the position of the cycling club on the grid. So south is going downwards and north is going upwards. Let me just draw that. So south is this way. Um, no, it's 2.5 kilometers. The scale is 1 to 50,000 centimeters. We need to remember 1 cm to 50,000 centimeters. So 1 square is 50,000 centimeters. Now, 50,000 centimeters is 50 kilometers. Second. Uh, yeah, sorry. So centimeters to kilometers. So centimeters to kilometers conversion we need to do. So, so there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. Okay, there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer, and there's 1,000. So one, I mean 1 km equals 1,000. It makes sense. And so the scale is 50,000. So 1 square represents, so if we divide both by 2, no, m equals 50. So here, 1 square represents 0.5 kilometers. So all we have to do here is go down. 1 square represents 0.5. So that's 0.5. That's 1. That's 1.5. That's 2. So the plot will be here. Sorry. By 2, 2.5. So the plot will be there. So if we put the point in, it will be exactly on here. That's where the point will be of the cycling club. So all we've done is work out the conversion. So 1 kilometer equals 100,000 centimeters. Now it tells us that the scale of the grid is one of these 1 centimeter or 1 square of these parts is equal to actually 50,000 centimeters. So if 1 kilometer is 100,000 centimeters, that means 0.5 kilometers is 50,000 centimeters. So in this scale, one box will be zero point 0.5 kilometers. So we just go down 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, and 2.5. It ends up there. The final question, Matt wants to work out the BMI body mass index. Matt wants to work out the BMI. He uses the formula m over h squared, which is mass in kilograms over the height in meters squared. Matt weighs 75 kg and he is 5 foot 11 inches tall. Matt has this conversion graph to convert feet into meters. Click on the icon below to see the graphs. So if we look at the conversion graph, 5, sorry, 5 foot 11 inches tall. We need to, so how many squares are there? One, two, three, four, five. There's 5 squares in between each foot. Now, we know that 11 is the highest, so all we would do here is here's about near enough to see. He's about there, which is hitting what point, which is hitting that point. So that is 1.6, 1.8 meters. Yes, 1.8 meters. Here's about 1.8 meters. If you look at it in graph, because we've just followed what 5 foot 11 is about there. Go up, and that hits the 1.8 meter mark on the line, which is there. So here's 1.8 meters approximately. Um, like, uh, Now he has this conversion rate, so the BMI is 18.5 to 24 now. Mass in kg is 75, so 75 kg divided by height, so 1.8 meter squared equals 1.8 squared equals, so 75 divided by 3. So the BMI is 2, that's 23.1 to 1 decimal place, so 23 is between the ideal B and uh, uh, between that range. Therefore, yeah, yeah, yeah. So is that that is section B of the test finished, guys. Again, if you have any questions or you want me to go through any of the topics or the questions in particular that we did yesterday or today, you can let me know. Otherwise, we're near enough to an hour, which was the scheduled session today. So you can you're free to go, guys, if you want. Um, or you can ask me any question. So yeah, I hope that helped. I'll send the recording on the channel, and you can follow it as per. So yeah, that's it, guys.
Thank you.
No worries. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.